Hey guys, welcome to the January 2020 budget review. So this one is going to be more different than any that you've ever seen from me because if you watched my last video, and if you haven't, I'll link it up above, but if you haven't, if you've seen that video, I got laid off from my job. And because of that, everything here is messed up. But let's just take a look at what happened here. Google AdSense, I did not have any income from because I didn't hit the threshold for December. So February, I'll have almost 2 months pay. If you guys hear background noise, I'm in a student housing complex filming this, so that's what's going on there. Now with my paycheck, it looks like I had basically more than double what I expected. And what actually happened here was that I worked the first 15 days of January, and then I had 1 week of vacation paid out, and I had a severance pay paid out as well. So that's why it's so much. They did also pay out my vacation. Actually, I guess it was comp time rather than vacation, but they paid that out, and they paid my check out, my last check, as $17 an hour rather than $16 an hour. Originally, that $17 an hour was supposed to go into effect on the 6th. It actually went into effect, I think, on the 13th, but when they cut the check, they did make it for that. I did also get paid for the last day, the day I was laid off, even though I didn't work that day. And then with referral income, I had 2 of these come in this month. This is both for Instacart. That is $100 and $25. And I have not yet, but I will have to pay out $50 as a commission on that. Now with other income, you see income, just general income here, that's all TaskRabbit. So I made $91 from TaskRabbit this month. And then interest income is $4. That is from my savings accounts, and then from one of my former coworkers paid me back for something that I had lent her money for, and she paid me interest on that. Getting down into expenses here, auto insurance, auto payment are right on. And you'll see I went over in gas. So if you remember at the beginning of the month, I was planning on extremely cutting my gas budget. I cut it down from $100 to $75, and the thinking of that was that I was going to use my bus pass, which I now no longer have because that was part of my employment package. And I was going to use that to get around the city and to get to work to hopefully save some money there. And so I went over, and I'm not really sure why I went over, because other than a couple of job interviews, I haven't done more driving. In fact, I've done less driving than I normally do because most days I'm at home and I'm not going anywhere. So I don't know what happened there. Now with electric, I had a budget of 30. I didn't pay anything, but it's just because of kind of how the timing worked on that. I just didn't have an electric bill that was actually due this month. And then of course, internet is always $14.99, so that's right on there. So on mobile phone here, $3 over. I'm not really sure why that's the case. I just paid whatever amount was due on that. Natural gas, $44. I actually need to remember to change this for next month's budget. For some reason, I keep thinking the budget amount is 50 and it's 44. Student loans, $423. That's both my Navient loans plus both my Great Lakes loans. I made the fast food budget by $3, but I made it. And groceries, $207 and $225. So again, just kind of barely, but I made it on that. Now, before you guys kill me about the restaurant budget, hear me out. I think I went about $8 over. And then about a week or so ago, I was supposed to go to B-Dubs and watch a game with someone. And when I got the menu, the wings were way more expensive than I thought they were. So I found this thing on the menu listed under the wings that Didn't have a price, which I should have taken as you can't afford this, but for whatever it was, I thought because it was like a smaller portion of wings with some fries and stuff, it was going to be cheaper, and ended up being like $21, and then I left a $5 tip, so it was $26. So $26 of this came at like the end of the month when I had already exhausted the budget. So I mean, I guess I just know not to go there again because it's way more expensive than I thought it was. I didn't go to the doctor. No gifts or donations this month. Rent and water was right on. Renter's insurance right on. My storage is paid. Only had $3 in business expenses, and this is for a TaskRabbit gig. I had a parking charge. No clothing, although I desperately need jeans for next month, so that's going to have to happen. And then I did pay mom's storage. This includes a late fee, but for February, I'm going to have this paid on time, so that's going to go down $10. And then under everything else here, you're going to see quite a bit of change. First thing is auto fees and taxes. I'm in the process of selling my old car. In fact, somebody's supposed to come the morning of February 1st to get that. Not sure when I'll have this video up, but after that point. And I was selling it to one person and he backed out, so I had to get a new title in order to sell it to someone else. So it's $16 for the title plus $1 for processing fee on the card. You also see service and parts. I wasn't expecting to have a car repair, but I took my car in for an oil change, and there was this huge recall that had to be done. They literally had to take the whole engine out of the car, and I had a loaner for a week. And while they had that out, I had the spark plugs done. So that's what that is, oil change plus spark plugs. Now with office supplies, I bought like a ream of printer paper to use around the house. I did spend 10 cents on printing at the library, and this $15 in shipping, I had to send something to my former employer. I had to send that back to them certified. And then $11 of that, I think it's $11, is I bought a book of stamps because I was out of those. The finance charge, the $59, is how much interest was charged on both of my credit cards. And then the service fees are for the money orders that I got throughout the month. Now you see financial here, it says $0. That's actually 1 cent. I opened an account with Webull, and when you open an account with them, you get a free stock. And then if you deposit any money, so I deposited 1 cent, you get a second free stock. Now I do have a link to that down in the description and in the pinned comments. So if you guys want to sign up and help me and help the channel, you'll get 2 free stocks if you deposit money, and I'll get 2 free stocks as well. And I think those can be up to several $100s in value. All right, and then food and dining here, $16. So these are meals that I have bought for people, although $3 of this is that I got a Cinnabon and I just didn't know how to categorize it because it's not a fast food or a restaurant. So $13 is meals that I paid for other people. Snacks, $29, which is fairly low for me. Home furnishings, $18. So I am getting my life together very slowly, and part of that is I'm trying to clean out my closet. So I got this additional like closet rack thing that I can hang some more stuff on while I try to clean out the closet. And then home supplies, that's a mixture of a lot of different stuff. It's like toilet paper and like hand soap and stuff like that. Personal care, $28. I got a few things at Target. I think they all came from there. Same type of things, just like things I was out of. And then $40 for hair, that's $35 plus tip. Shopping is $6. I honestly don't remember what that is. It's just something I didn't know how to categorize. And then the transfer, I don't even know what this is. It says -50. Normally these balance each other out and they don't even show up here. Here we have the income by merchant for this month. And as you'll see here, severance of $2187.90, which is 44% of my income. 42% for ADP. And the vacation, which is technically comp time, paid out $513, which is 10%, and everything else is 4%. To break that down here, that's Instacart referrals of 125, 85.50 on TaskRabbit. Oh, and this I need to recategorize. This is somebody paying me back. This is interest income of $2 from this, and then interest paid $190. That's from the combined savings accounts. Now, looking here at the net worth graph, of course, you can see that the assets here are quite a bit up and that we're quite a bit up here for the overall net worth. I don't know how much you can really look into that because obviously I got a lot more income, but it's one-time income this month. But there's a big bump there. So with all that extra income that I wasn't expecting this year or this month, I'm gonna basically just show you this, but obviously it's gonna have gone up a lot from what it was before. And it actually has gone up $5,652.06 since last month. But what we can really look at here is debts, because that's just what I'm making normal payments on. So it is a decrease in debts from last month of $237.15. Now the net worth, because I did have to fix one calculation here, but the net worth is actually negative $167,695.33. That's an increase in net worth of $3,097.91 next month. So stick around for the February 2020 budget with me. It's going to be interesting because I have no money to budget, and look forward to some new job searching videos. And I'll see you guys then.